Manchester United back, Premier League action this time. Another midweek game for Manchester United. We've got so many midweek games coming up all the time. And this one, Sheffield United at Old Trafford. Now, beat Liverpool in the Cup. That was at Old Trafford. We haven't had too many games at Old Trafford recently, but now we have got another one at Old Trafford. Got to get the 3 points in this game. No disrespect to Sheffield United, they've been really shit this season. Absolutely dog shit. Their defending has been abysmal. They don't score enough goals. They didn't score enough goals last year, but their defence was quite solid and was the cornerstone of keeping them up in the top half of the table. This season, they've let so many goals in. Defensively, they've just been horrendous, and the forwards just haven't scored nowhere near enough goals. And when we last played them, it ended up being a tight affair in the end. So they did score goals in that game. But Old Trafford, Manchester United have got to go out there and put some goals past this team. We really need to. This team are probably performing worse than the team up near the top of the Championship. Because at least when you play a team up near the Championship, top of the Championship, like we did in the FA Cup against Watford, they're winning a lot of games, consistently winning. And they've got the confidence to go into that tie that we played against them, and that was a tight affair. This team is just losing game after game. They've hardly got any points. They're, for me, almost as good as relegated now, and they were pretty poor from what I believe in their FA Cup tie against Plymouth and only just scraped through. They probably did make some changes in that game. The likes of McGoldrick and Burke didn't play, I don't think, in that game, and they gave Brewster a go. So them two will probably come back in to this game in place of Brewster, who's been very poor for them. So, well, I don't think some of his performances lately have been too bad, but in terms of his goal scoring, which is the main thing for a forward, you've got to be putting the ball in the net, and that has been poor. His goal scoring has been dreadful since he left from his loan spell at Swansea, where he did get a number of goals in the Championship, but Premier League is a completely different animal. So McGoldrick and Burke will probably start up front. They could cause Manchester United some problems, but they don't score a lot of goals. As I say, Sheffield United, but they did score some against us before. But if Brewster does play, it would just be the type of game you can imagine against Manchester United, being a former Liverpool man, to break his duck against Manchester United. But Manchester United are probably going to make a few changes for this game. I would expect De Gea to come back in goal for this game. Probably Bay will probably come back in alongside Maguire, although at some point in time we're going to have to play Bay and Maguire, because Bay and Lindelof, sorry, because Maguire's played a shit ton of games for Manchester United over the last couple of years, and we probably do at some point need to bring him out of the team just to give him a rest. Could this be the time to play Bay and Lindelof and give him the night off? There could be some rotation in this, because if we can't beat Sheffield United, no disrespect I've said to them, then we're never going to fucking win this Premier League. We really wouldn't. This is a game that on paper Manchester United have got to be getting the 3 points in if we are to stand any chance of continuing to mount a Premier League title challenge this season. Now, the other two fullbacks are probably going to stay the same. Shaw's been better of late for Manchester United, certainly better. Maybe was kind of at fault for one of the goals at the weekend, but besides that, I thought he was very, very good. First half was better than he was second half in that game, and against Liverpool the previous week was very, very good. So he will keep his place there. Wan-Bissaka I thought was better than in previous games, so he'll keep his place at right back. There's not too many options there besides Brandon Williams, who's probably going out on loan. Still, I would expect he's not getting game time, needs to get some minutes away from this club to progress. He really does. You might see some changes in midfield. Probably Fred will come back in, but I think Pogba will continue his place in the team, because he has been immense lately for Manchester United. Fernandes will be in there as well for Manchester United, probably making that 3 in midfield. And in the forward areas, I would expect it to probably be Cavani. If Rashford, as we've heard, is going for a scan on his knee, he came off in that game against Liverpool in the second half. If he's not fit enough to play this game, it will be Cavani again down the middle, which I would like to see him get a run of games in that number 9 position. It will be Martial out on the left, and it will be Mason Greenwood again out on the right hand side. I was a bit surprised that he did play that game against Liverpool from the start, considering I didn't think he had a very good game in the previous game and did get taken off late, but he played most of that game. Maybe that's the reason why he got taken off in the second half in that game, but he does need to get some 90 minutes under his belt, and this game does give him a great opportunity if he does start to maybe get himself on a run of a goal scoring sort of run for Manchester United, because he hasn't seemed to get that this season. He needs to get consistently start scoring goals again for Manchester United, and this being the bottom team in the Premier League, a team that is in disarray at this moment in time, would for me be seen as a good opportunity for the forward players, the likes of Martial and Greenwood, or if Rashford's playing, to bag themselves some goals and to maybe get a bit better goal difference up for Manchester United, and to maybe get a 3 or 4-0 victory. It would be a good opportunity anyway for Manchester United. Now, hopefully Manchester United, as I say, can get the job done with this sort of team. He may rotate it a bit more as well, but we haven't really seen the likes of Juan Mata lately, the likes of Dan James at all for Manchester United. So could we see any of them play in this game? We could potentially see some of them start this game for Manchester United, because as I say, Greenwood's only just come back into form for that Liverpool game. Martial's been pretty much out of form a lot this season as well, so there is still other options there. Diallo could also come into the Manchester United fold. We haven't yet seen him even along the substitutes bench for Manchester United. I would expect that over the next few weeks, so we'll have to wait and see there. But I'm expecting Manchester United to get the job done in this game. I think the forwards will probably get the job done, along with Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes being still, I mean, Fernandes hasn't been in great form recently, but I would expect, I mean, he's still affecting games. We saw against Liverpool, he come off the substitutes bench and got himself a free kick. Still, when him and Rashford aren't always at their best, although Rashford was good against Liverpool, when they're not at their best, them two seem to be affecting the game a lot more than other players. The likes of Greenwood, when he's not been in form, he hasn't really been affecting the game, neither is Martial. Even though before Greenwood was affecting games with his clinical and finishing, before when he wasn't playing very well, but lately he hasn't been. When he's been playing poorly, he hasn't really been looking like scoring, but neither does Pogba. I mean, Pogba, when he's playing poorly, he generally doesn't really affect the game either. So the forward players, the likes of obviously Rashford, if he does play, and Fernandes, are going to probably be key to Manchester United trying to get a few goals in this particular game. I'm going to go for Manchester United winning this game 2-0. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We've got Arsenal up next, so we've got to win this game. We really have. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.